Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Spike Saturday, where we play one of the top competitive decks in the Pauper format. Today, we are playing Snyx. Tolarian Terror, Cryptic Serpent, it's Mono Blue Terror, it's a classic. This list is Discover Ends, basic, tried and true, 4 Delver, few 1 mana counter spells. He's got 3 dispels in the list on the latest iteration. Sometimes these are some spell pierces, sometimes I think he's played with a 4 spike. I know there is another terror list out there that is gaining popularity where there are no Delver of Secrets, there are no dispels. Instead, there are 4 spikes and a couple of Murmuring Mystics. That is more of a controlling game plan. There's probably another dip analysis in there as well. This deck is trying to get people dead. Delver has matchups where it is bad. 3/2 flyer can be bad against a Refurbished Familiar, can be bad against a Glinthawk, those types of strategies. And Snyx, 1 mana 5/5s, 2 mana 6/5s are just going to be a lot better at chunking for damage and getting opponents dead with our limited interaction that we run. Counter spells, Dispel again, Sleep of the Dead, Deem Inferior. These are all ways that we're able to interact with opponents. Sideboard, we're running Annuls and Steel Sabotages to deal with artifact decks. Another copy of Deep Analysis. I'm assuming this is also for those mid-range matchups when you're expected to grind, maybe take a control posture a little bit more. I'm a little surprised to see no Gut Shots in here, but Discover End wins the challenge like once a month with this list. I will say I am 1 card different from Discover End's list. I only have 3 Blue Elemental Blasts and 3 Hydro Blasts in my deck. I am running an extra Envelop instead of the 7th Blast effect. This is because my Mana Trader subscription only lets me go up to 170-ish ticks for a rental, and the extra Blue Blast would have put me over that. So Mana Traders, please sponsor me. Give me a free account, and I will get on my knees and I will. So yeah, that is the deck tech. Let's jump into some games. We're on the draw in game 1. I think I'm going to keep this hand. 2 lands and a counterspell is a decent start. Brainstorm can also fix any type of problems we run into. Looks like we're up against Mono Red Madness. Madness? That's a hard word for me as a Midwesterner. Land for turn. There is some merit to casting Sleep with the Dead on the Epicure as a way to just get a sorcery in the graveyard, use my mana this turn. I'm not going to Brainstorm. I actually do think I'm going to do it. It's a little ugly. If I had a Thought Scour effect, I would definitely play that in this spot instead. It is saving me some life here, I suppose. So this is not Mono Red Madness. This is rather Rally Red. Demon Fury not very good against what they're doing. I think that this is just a land go situation. I do not want to get bushwhacked. And right now we can play around that with Counterspell. Opponent only swinging for 3 here. Is Synth good enough for me to counterspell? I think I do want to use my mana this turn. It's going to be good enough for me here. We want cards in our graveyard to get this Terror online. Currently have 2. Cryptic Serpent. Let's lead on a Brainstorm here. Thought Scour is perfect. I don't think I'm going to want this Deem Inferior. And I don't think I'm going to want this Tolarian revealed. So this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will get me to Tolarian Terror. Do I want to get rid of this Tolarian revealed? I need to keep this Thought Scour. I need to discard 2 spells, though. So it's either Tolarian or Brainstorm. I want to keep the Brainstorm. Then we will Thought Scour ourselves. Another Terror is nice. And we'll say go. 5/5 should be helpful here, but if they bushwhack us, that's going to do a pretty good job of getting around. We can slam 2 snakes next turn. Synth. Hitting a bolt. Okay. The goblin has been bushwhacked. Alright, so this is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. That lightning bolt is going to go to waste here, which I suppose is good for me. I don't really think it matters what I block here. I'll just throw it in front of an Epicure. A Delver is also something. So let's see here. I can go Serpent, Terror, Delver. Just put down blockers. I only have one card in hand. That bolt isn't doing anything. I think I just throw down some blockers here. And then we can Terror, Serpent, Delver. Is there a point in attacking here? If I don't attack, I have blockers back. If I do attack, it puts pressure on them. I think this is a spot where we just need to be patient. So they can't cast that bolt. Oh, they had the bolt for me. And Fire Blast. Yep, dead. Didn't end up mattering too much. Well, we have Blue Blast. We have Hydro Blast. I don't think this Deep Analysis is going to be very good. I don't really like this Demon Inferior either. It's just not going to have good targets. I don't really think we need Sleep of the Dead. I do feel like Delver is okay in the matchup. Steel Sabotage has some targets. Envelop has some targets. Not a ton. Counterspell is kind of the other card I'm looking at going down. We're bringing really efficient interaction, and we're kind of taking out the inefficient interaction. I don't really want to get flooded on counterspells either, so maybe I just go in. I'm wondering like Steel Sabotage. Also, Rally at the Hornburg that could be countered by like Envelop. I also gets countered by Blue Mental Blast. I think a cheeky one of Steel Sabotage might be good enough against the Synth on the play for game 2 here. No lands, so can't keep. Has lands, can keep. Throw back an island. And we'll say go here. Clockwork Percussionist. That thing is going to attack me a few times. I'm not willing to Hydroblast that. Thought Scour is nice. I like being able to brainstorm Thought Scour myself. I think I'll just pass holding up Counterspell, and then we'll see where we're at. That's a good Counterspell target, I feel like. Uses our mana efficiently. Gets a spell in the yard. Blue Blast. So we have Double Blast. I don't really want to miss a land drop here, so I'm going to Brainstorm. We're going to miss a land drop here. Could been... I'm thinking Steel Sabotage Mental Note. Thought Scour, trying to hit that land here. Little off. This does represent Tolarian Terror next turn. It would be less than ideal if they hit us with a Relic of Progenitus. Generally, my theory with red is not to play Relic, as it is a card that does not deal my opponent damage, therefore it's not good. However, it would be good here. Maybe I need to rethink that heuristic. Synth into Tomb Raider. Okay. Attacking for 3 and passing to me. Drawing the land means that I don't have to cycle Lorien Revealed. I think I'm going to, though. And now I can play a Terror and I can protect it. Oh, they didn't have it, though, with a Blast effect. I would rather hold up Blast than develop Delver here, I think. 2 mana for Rally. Sure. Clockwork Percussionist. Sure. Let's destroy one of these. So that we're taking 3 damage as opposed to 4. Feel like that matters. Play Delver, and we have Hydroblast Dispel up. Tomb Raider. I don't think I care about that one. That is one that I care about. Glad we held the blast. They're attacking. I think I'm okay to take 2. We're kind of stable with a 5-5 in play on this board state here. Brainstorm is something I'm not really willing to commit to it yet. There's nothing in my hand that I want to get rid of. Epicure, sure. And a Bushwhacker. Well, now I kind of want to brainstorm. Island, Lorien have Dispel up in case they Fire Blast me. Yeah, that's really all I can do, ain't it? So we're taking 6 damage here, so we're dead to any Lightning Bolt effect. Really hard to block a Percussionist at this point. Shuffle away that island that we know is on top of the deck. So we have fresh draws. We are not dead on board. Though it's pretty close. Sacking Synth, okay. Tomb Raider. If they have a land, that's a problem. They do have a land, so it is in fact a problem. So we can go to a 1 here. Yeah, this Dispel just hasn't done much. Mental Note to cycle. Hydroblast could probably keep us alive. It needs to kill a Percussionist, though. That's so annoying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, pass. We're going to end up killing both Clockworks here since they're lethal. Go into combat. Swings. Block and block. And we are forced to Hydroblast to not die. See what they hit here. Land is probably ideal for us. And another whiff. Bolt. In theory, that kills us, but we do have Dispel. Have nothing else? Oh, we're dead. GG. Tough one there. The third installment of the Common Ground Cup is coming Saturday, January 31st at Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee. The event will be live streamed and commentated by the Common Ground podcast hosts themselves. Compete for glory, honor, and even some prizes. I unfortunately won't see you there because I'm having a kid, but I'm going to be really sad about missing it. But you should go. You should totally go. On the play for game 2, I'm here for this. Brainstorm Lorien Revealed is a good hand in basically any deck as long as you got lands to be able to cast everything. There's a chance I Brainstorm on turn 1 and then Cycle Lorien Revealed in my upkeep. Opponent on a mold of 6. Okay, that makes me less likely now. Another land. We'll play that and say go. Now I have 2 islands that I'm pretty happy to put away off Brainstorm. So I think I will fire that in now. Yep, pretty easy. Throw back 2 islands, shuffle Lorien, go to my turn. Take that upkeep stop off now. Brainstorm, Thought Scour would be +4. Yeah, I can maybe put a terror on this board here. So you would have to ditch Ponder, Mental Note, or Ponder, Thought Scour, whatever, and then mill the 2 instants and sorceries. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 after resolution. So yeah, Ponder, Thought Scour get milled here. Mental Note, and Terror. And the plan here is to just slam terrors. I don't love having to get rid of all my cantrips there, as I'm kind of just all in on the terrors at the moment. If they find Krark Clan Toxin Analysis, that's not ideal. There's the Krark Clan Shaman, yep. And Olympus. Delver. Just move to combat right away here. I want to present enough pressure that they're forced to do something, or like I even have lethal on them. I guess Cryptic Delver would potentially do that. It wouldn't even do that. I'd have to put everything into play. I'd have to go all in, and then I'm just dead to... I can't really do that, can I? I think I'll just develop the Delver here and say go. Yeah, these 2 islands could be in my graveyard if I'd been more patient and just been willing to cast another cantrip on my turn. That probably would have been better. Cleansing Wildfire, sure. We have a lot of answers to a toxin analysis. 7, I believe, is the number that we have access to with dispels and counterspells. Yeah, I will reveal Dispel, speak of the devil. 5th land is important because that casts Tolarian revealed. Ooh, they were thinking about chump blocking there. They're down to 7. So they currently have 4 artifacts, which means they only need a 5th artifact to be able to board wipe. I say board wipe, they'd kill snakes. I feel like I just want to hold what I have and just maintain the pressure. Like they have a chump block, but if they're chump blocking with KCS and they're not actually trading with terrors, like that seems really good for me. That hesitation with the chump block, like that block and then unblock, does kind of suggest that they maybe have toxin analysis. It's a fanatical offering. I don't think that matters, though. I feel like it's just analysis that matters. You can have that, sure. Ideally, we rip a removal spell. Ponder could find one. Cryptic Serpent Thought Scour. None of these really do anything. We'll shuffle that. Hit Island. Not ideal. I mean, topping the Thought Scour and then just casting Thought Scour just made this line like a mana more expensive. Okay. I think we pass here. Or maybe, no. Let's develop another terror into this. And a Cryptic Serpent. I'm going all in here. With them not having the Krark Clan Shaman, they need multiple... Like, they need a Shaman and they need Pulse of Marasa. Let's dispel that. And see if they can get out of this. They need a Raw Dog, a Krark Clan Shaman, and have Toxin Analysis. Okay, this seems pretty likely now. They bottom off the Lembus. Well, okay. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. Attack. Okay, so we're forcing them to sack their entire board here. I suppose I will take that. Fine by me. We still put you to 1 because Insectile Aberration has flying. And I have another Delver. And we'll say go. 2 lethal threats on board. Writhing Chrysalis, if my Delver doesn't flip, will be enough. If it does flip, it won't be enough. They're down a lot of resources here. Another Krark Clan Shaman. That alone is not good enough. And a cast down. All right. Okay. Well, how about a terror? Say go. Krark Clan Shaman is such a cool card. Like, my opponent has managed to deal with, they managed to deal with everything, but it cost them so many of their resources in order to get there. And finally, 5/5 with Ward. Okay. Steel Sabotage seems great in this matchup. Annuls and Deep Analysis are cards I'm thinking about. I don't think Blue Blast is all that good. Envelop doesn't really hit anything outside of Cleansing Wildfire, and I don't really think I care about that. I feel like Annul is pretty good. This spell's also good. Demon Inferior can get rid of a Chrysalis. Furby and Chrysalis kind of seem to make Delver pretty weak in my mind. Is it like we don't need every Annul? Is maybe Demon Inferior bad? I think I'm happy to cut the Delvers. It's now just kind of, do I want 4 counter target artifact spells? Or do I want... I mean, removing an artifact doesn't really do much, does it? Yeah, but removing a Chrysler can matter. Yeah, but Sleep with the Dead is good at that. And Demon Fury doesn't actually get rid of it. They're just going to recast it. That actually does seem pretty bad against Chrysler specifically. Maybe I do want the Annul just to be able to maximize my odds of collapsing their draw engine and their Furbies. I mean, we'll keep this. Turn 1 Mental Note, turn 2 Counterspell. That seems pretty good. Can answer a Furby because they aren't able to turn 1 Furbies in their deck. I'd like to find a Brainstorm to be able to put this Deep Analysis back on top of my library. Or maybe the game just drags on to that point. Opponent on a Mole 2/6. Interesting question if we should be leading on Ponder here or not. I think the answer is not. Okay, Nile Spellbomb, sure. I am kind of priced into casting this Mental Note either way, though. Tolarian Terror, Cryptic Serpent. Horrible. Awful. Terrible, no good, rotten. So I have 1 instant sorcery in the graveyard. Thought Scour here. Let's lead on a Ponder. Thought Scour can clear Ponder if we need to. Ooh, I like all of these. Which one do I want in hand? I think the answer is Brainstorm. I think we'll put Deep Analysis back first, put Brainstorm into our hand. Not going to shuffle. This Thought Scour can put the Deep Analysis in the bin, which is kind of fun. We have Counterspell up right now. Duress. Brainstorm. I'll put back Counterspell and... Ooh. I'll put back Dispel and Counterspell. And then, sure, Resolves. You can take one of my Thought Scours. So I know I have 2 Counterspells on top of my deck. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 instant sorceries in the graveyard. Red in the pool. Cleansing Wildfire. Sure, that happens. Having the vault is annoying, I will say. Let's just go into it. I'm not going to cast anything. They're going to pop it here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think we want the counter magic, though, so I'm not going to do anything in this spot. Just going to play my land, say go. I know there's a Dispel on top of my deck. If I want it, I can Thought Scour into it. Ichor Wellspring. I feel like that is worth countering. I'm going to Deep Analysis myself here. That was pretty good. Say go. We have Dispel up. We have Thought Scour up. That one I will hit with a Dispel. That actually cost them a resource. And denied them 2 draws. So the Cleansing Wildfire from the opponent. It's a really good card. I really do like that card. Fanatical Offering. A lot worse when you have to sacrifice your lands to it. Furby, but I have a Deep Analysis I can discard. That's not bad at all. Okay, Dispel is nice. I got 2, 4. So this costs me 3 to cast. I feel like the Thought Scour is only helpful here. Brainstorm Island. So now you cost 1. Nice. Cost 1. Nice. And I have Dispel Annul up. Now I will leave them up. We can talk or Deep Analysis on my turn. Sure. I don't even know if I would bounce that with a Steel Sabotage if I had that over Annul here. That's a little tough. Tracks. Okay, Counterspell. Little late there, bud. So you cost 2, and you will cost 2 either way. So let's just Deep Analysis. Kind of do want that next land drop. And I am going to swing here. Hit you for 10. Yep. Sack, make him a 4-5. Stupid eggplant. So we're going to be swinging for 6, swinging for... Another Chrysalis would be their best draw. I'll Spellbomb on top. They left it there. Not attacking with the Chrysler, okay. Frankly, I think that's good for me if they're back on defense with it. The Furby is not a very fast clock. I can just develop both of these Cryptic Serpents this turn before they bomb me. Oh, Sleep with the Dead is very good. Oh my gosh. So I think that's actually one I want to wait on. Because I just have lethal next turn if I do nothing here. Because I could swing. I think I just pass with my counter magic up. With the intention of Sleep with the Dead. It's not lethal anymore. Dispel's not hitting a lot else, though. I am going to hit that. Now I think I probably will annul Denial Spellbomb because it denies them a cantrip. Fanatical Offering is annoying. It's not the worst, though, because again, they had to sack a land to do that. I have been bogged. The rest on top of their deck, I definitely have to annul Denial Spellbomb now. Cast down happens. Here comes the rat. Very nice. I think I just need to cycle the mental note here. Do I want to play that land out? I have to decide right now. It's good Furby fodder. Yeah, but I'm going to annul a Furby, right? They Duress, I counterspell Duress. They Nihil Spellbomb, I annul the Nihil Spellbomb. They Furby, I discard the island. Yeah, that's probably the best case scenario. Okay, 3 lethal attackers here. Counterspell the Duress. So their last card is Nihil Spellbomb, so I just annul that. And they're dead. GG. See you in round 3.
YouTube is great, but ads suck. Luckily, there's a way to get around them. And I'm not talking about paying for premium. Simply go to the App Store and download Firefox Focus. This is a privacy-based version of the Firefox web browser. It'll block any ads on any website you visit, including ads on YouTube. You can even connect your Google password to your Face ID to make having to log into YouTube every time you want to use it as smooth as possible. If you like this tip, you can leave me a tip at the Ko-Fi link in the description down below. Now, back to the video.
On the draw in round number 3, I think I'm going to keep this. Just hope to draw a brainstorm that will fix everything, right? On a mulligan down to 6 cards. Basic Mountain. Well, there we go. Exactly what we were looking for. Do I want to delve? Yeah, I do, actually. Mono Red Madness is my assumption of what we're up against with no turn 1 play. Highway Robbery. Delver. No. Land, swing with Delver. If counterspell up, do I counter Highway Robbery? Probably. Yeah, I think I do. Ooh, Black Splash. Surprise, surprise. Bolt my Delver. That's fantastic for me. All right, well, this is a little too many snakes. Put back Snake. And I have a counter spell and 2 instants and sorceries in my graveyard, so my snakes are still expensive. But I can interact with my opponent. Basic Swamp pass. I am fine with just chilling here, redrawing my 2 Brainstorm cards and then trying to get a fresh Brainstorm next turn. Not even an end-step bolt from the opponent. Okay, the only damage we have taken is from these Jagged Barons. I'm feeling pretty good going into turn 5 at 18 life. Woof. Let's think here. I feel like I just want to get rid of the Cryptic Serpents. And then we can... How much do you cost here? You cost 3? Probably not casting one this turn then, so let's ponder. That's pretty good. How good is that, actually? If I go Dispel Delver Island, then I could develop a Tolarian Terror this turn, develop a Delver and another Terror next turn, flip the Delver off of a Dispel. That's probably the plan. I will not use the ability. And let's just get on board here. Grab the prize Fiery Temper. 3 mana, 5 damage, draw 2 cards. Pretty good. I would have counterspelled it if I had left up mana. Epicure's a good chump blocker. Bog is nasty. Oh my gosh. Bog is so nasty. Well, now I'm glad I developed the Terror, I will say. And now I'm also glad that I have the Delver. Flip into Dispel next turn. I don't want to chump. Okay. Play my Delver. Say go. I have a counterspell. I know I'm flipping Delver. So I've got a 2-turn clock on them. They can put me to 11. That's fine. There's a chance that they drew that Bog off of Grab the Prize, and it may not have mattered. It's going to yield. Yes. We will attack here for 8. And Dispel Counterspell should be enough to keep us alive here, I would think. Alms of the Vein. That's gonna get counterspelled because that changes the clock. I'm just gonna have 4 cards in hand. Maybe that didn't matter because the Epicure can chump the Terror anyway. Maybe that was wrong. If it now draws like Sleep with the Dead or Demon Inferior, win the game. Bolt on Delver. Okay. That's fine with me. That's not aimed at my life total. That's okay. Oh my gosh, what? Storm Shriek Feral. Okay. And they're just pumping it. Okay. That is a problem. Putting me to 6, and I am dead to that thing next turn, and counterspell's a little late. So they can just pump this once, twice, 3 times. That's lethal. I have no answer. I am dead because I can only put them to 1. All right, concede. That Bajuka Bog, really good. Really good Bajuka Bog there. Envelop I actually do like against them, just because they're so reliant on their draw 2s. I want all of this. I don't want Delver. I think Delver's not that good. Deep Analysis, not great. Don't really like Demon Inferior at all. Sleep with the Dead, I think, has its place. Dispel. Maybe I want 2 Dispel, 2 Envelop. Maybe that's what I want. Just have an even split between the two. I like that, because the Blue Elemental Blast and the Hydro Blasts also hit the draw 2s, and the counterspells hit the draw 2s. I do have a lot of ways to attack that. We will be on the play here. I am going to keep this. I think we just want to ponder off of this hand. We can shuffle, we can mill, depending on what's on top of the library here. So that Hydroblast Mental Note. No Lance. I like all of those, though. Put Sleep with the Dead there. Hydroblast in my hand. I will not use Ponder's ability, and I will just say go. I don't really think I want that Mental Note. Oh, I did not set my upkeep stop fast enough. That's okay, though. Shuffle, get Island, play it, say go. So here we have the opportunity to Hydroblast, a draw 2, or we can Mental Note. I'm not going to touch that. Other Jagged Barons, okay. Mental Note. Not ideal. So we got 4 in the bin right now. Start with the Mental Note. To Envelop. So you cost 1, but I tap out completely. I need to get pressure down, though. And then we'll just protect the Queen after this. Those islands just in the wrong order on top of my deck. Extract a Confession is... Confection. Extract a Confession, a little annoying there. Cryptic Serpent. Dark Withering is annoying here. If we just draw a land and we can protect our queen, we're okay in this spot. Boom. All right, we're good. We're good now. We're good. We're so good. We're back, baby. It's not too late. Faithless Looting is going to have to be okay, I think. Double Kitchen Imp is actually brutal. I can't interact with either of those. Okay. We are technically ahead on the race here. No. Yeah, they're going to block. That changes the math. That makes it a 2-turn clock. Ooh, lovely. Okay. So we have Envelop and Double Blast up. So I can hit us down to 5 here. But the imps don't kill us. We are winning that race. That's not true, because Epicure... No, that's not true. Epicure doesn't change anything. Does Sleep of the Dead change anything? Sleep of the Dead can... If I attack with both here for 11, I don't think it matters if they block. Does it make a difference to Sleep of the Dead a Kitchen Imp? So right now I'm holding up Hydroblast, Blue Mental Blast, Envelop. But if they try and bolt me on end step, like I have to interact with that, yeah. Alms of the Vein, it gets countered by Envelop actually. Because that is a sorcery. Even though it's my end step. Okay, I like them going into their turn. 5 cards in hand is a lot of cards in hand, I will say that. Faithless Looting, if they discard an Alms of the Vein, I'm in trouble. I think I do counter this. Or if they discard like another Kitchen Imp, I'm in trouble. I think there's enough threats that it's important to get rid of that flashback looting. That is best case scenario. They don't think they can kill us here. And that means you're dead. And swing. Got there. Okay, gotta love a good race. Run that back. This is a keep, I think. We can't interact with a turn to discard 1, draw 2, I should say. But almost all other things. That's annoying. I don't know if I would have countered that either way. Just gonna mental note myself. Island Counterspell, not ideal. Say go. We have access to Counterspell now and Dispel. Faithless Looting. At max, they're getting 1 card's worth of value off of this. I think it's acceptable. Kitchen Imp. We could Counterspell this. I think I'm going to Counterspell this. Jagged Barrens, Kip. Island is nice. It's mental note. How much do you cost, Cryptic Serpent? Blue. Fantastic. Can't protect it here, but I think it's worth the risk of just sticking it out there. 6/5 is a heck of a clock. We can develop another one next turn. I can't interact with a Extracted Confession either way. Pyroblast I could, but Pyroblast is going to be good against me almost no matter what. Wow. Low value grab the prize. Discarding a land. That's crazy. Do they misclick? They have a lot of lands. Dang. And an Epicure, sure. Thought Scour. Combat, attack. And I'm just pretty happy to develop another snake here and say go. We have a Hydroblast up, we have a Dispel up. Feeling pretty good. That is another thing to love about this deck, is it does not need a ton of lands to operate. No, I would rather not have that one resolve. Sick. Another grab the prize, okay, but that one was pretty bad, discarding a land again. They just have nothing. Okay, start on a mental note. Hit a land drop, Thought Scour myself. Terror is nice. Play Terror. Combat, attack. It doesn't really matter. They chump block here, they chump block next turn. It doesn't matter. And I have a Dispel to keep myself alive, and I have lethal on board. Grab the prize. I have a Dispel, not an Envelop, so that happens. Snacker comes back tapped, though. They would need triple Galv Blast here, and I even have that covered. Epicure, that's not good enough. Stract Confession. Technically, it's not good enough. I guess I'll sack a Cryptic Serpent. It doesn't matter. Thought Scour myself, sure. And then I'll just Sleep of the Dead Epicure. And this is why Sleep of the Dead is good, is because it can get rid of blockers. Okay. GG, nice comeback there. See you in the next one. If you like this deck, check it out with my Moxfield link in the description down below. By following me on Moxfield, you can keep up with the new brews I'm working on before they become videos. And you can even see the tuning updates for old brews too. Thanks again for your support. I'll see you on Moxfield. We're on the draw in round 4. I'm going to keep this hand. I like that it's got 3 lands to work with here. Again, up against Red-Black Madness. We will say go. I don't really think I need to ponder. I think I'm just going to Tolarian Revealed. That's the most mana-efficient way to get my second land drop. Ooh, draws Forge Bridge. So this is going to be a Red-Black Madness that's running Galvanic Blast. Bolt me, sure. This spell is nice. We have access to Brainstorm Mental Note. I think I'm just going to ponder here. 2 Sleep of the Dead's in an island. I'm actually going to do this. Not going to shuffle. And then I'm going to say go. My intention is to Mental Note myself to put those 2 Sleep of the Deads in the graveyard. That's basically Dark Ritual for getting this terror out, but I still have up interaction for this turn at least. Highway Robbery plotted. This actually works out perfectly. Mental Note. 2, 4, 5. So then I think we can just take my draw step first. Using a ponder is probably better to get to that 6th spell for terror. Yeah, counterspell is kind of exactly what I was thinking about. I'll put this island on the bottom. Am I going to develop this Tolarian terror, or do I want to counterspell that highway robbery? Ponder counterspell. Don't use Ponder's ability. Play land for turn. Say go. My intention is to counterspell the highway robbery here. How about no? Razor Trap, Gorge into Voldarin Epicure. 3 cards left. This feels like a Kitchen Imp to me. Oh, an Alms of the Bane. Interesting. He didn't have to do that now. I'm just going to kick out these graveyards because it's just easier that way. I'm going to Island Cyclorian Revealed to shuffle away that island that I know is on top of my deck. Develop a Terror and say go. From this spot, I'm holding up Dispel. I have access to Brainstorm plus Thought Scour. One is pretty flooded over there. Another Epicure, sure. Epicures are not really what we're afraid of. Galv Blast me. That's good enough to dispel, I think. Fiery Temper, sure. Very aggressive with the Galv Blast there. I suppose they were wanting to use the blood token. They're trying to maximize the 4 damage. Happens. I am going to brainstorm here because I don't know if I want these Demon Furiers. That Dispel might be nice. Yeah, throwback, Demon Furier Island. Play the island for turn. Combat, attack with terror. Play Cryptic Serpent. Play Thought Scour. Play Ponder. No, I think we're all in here. I think we're all in on these snakes. Saying go. We know there's 2 islands on top of our library. Okay. I think we just do this. This doesn't hold up a Dispel, but it does put them dead on board next turn and doesn't let them use any combat damage to get through. Damn it, too. Not good enough. All right. There's a chance there I should have held up Dispel. That might have just been wrong, but we are 1-0 in the matchup. Okay, Envelop. Again, I like because of their sorcery speed. Discard 1, draw 2s. Hydroblast is obviously great. Blue Blast, obviously great. Don't really want Deep Analysis. Don't really want Demon Furier. Don't really want Delver. Dispel seems good, but not quite as important to my game plan as Envelop, I don't think. Maybe Counterspell is maybe a little clunky for what I'm wanting to go for. Steel Sabotage is something to consider if they're running artifact lands, but I don't really think that's necessary. Just bring in the efficient interaction here. And we will keep this. We are ready for a discard draw 2 effect with the Envelop. Highway Robbery, I will still try and hit that. I think I just mental note here. Take my cycle. Cryptic Serpent Brainstorm, not the best hits. I want to ponder. I am going to envelop that. Highway Robbery. Hydroblast is a potential option. Then I could cycle Learn to Field or... Yeah, okay. I'll wait on the ponder. No, thank you. Excellent. Another Highway Robbery. K. And Bog Me. That's rough. Only gets rid of 3, though. It's not the worst case scenario. Think I'm going to end up... I might ponder and then use Thought Scour to clear ponder if I don't like what I see, but I like want one of the cards. Yeah, we'll just ponder here. Ooh, that's actually all really good. I like all of these. I think I'll put Cryptic Serpent second, draw the counterspell. So now I know that I have Thought Scour on top. We can counter target Highway Robbery. The cure I don't care about. Passing. 3 instants and sorceries in my graveyard. If I Thought Scour, I know I'll hit 1 here, but I won't be able to hold up Cryptic Serpent and Counterspell. In that case, I think I just pass. Thought Scour I know is Rite of Flame at the moment. So that does get me to a 2-mana Cryptic Serpent next turn, so I can just end step Thought Scour myself and then untap, cast Cryptic Serpent. I like that. Didn't give me anything to interact with. Beautiful. Land is nice. This lets me fight over a lot of stuff here. Bolt me. I don't care about that. Life total is a resource there. These counterspells are far more valuable on things that kill my serpent or draw them more cards. Bone shards, eh? Sure, I'll let them do the madness and everything here first. Happens. And then I will counterspell the bone shards. Cure. I don't think I care about that. They have one card in hand. Draw island. Is there a reason to play this island? Yes. I can't think of one yet. It mostly revolves around hardcasting Tolarian revealed and then being able to go land, hold up, counterspell. That's kind of my logic. Jump blocking is good for me. That means they are scared. 4 turn clock with Cryptic Serpent, assuming no blockers, so 5 turn clock with what's currently on board. That's really annoying, man. That's really annoying. Okay, happens. Dispel, I wish you were Envelop right now. Ponder is such a good draw. This is why blue decks are busted, because they get to run cantrips that are just really good in the mid to late game. All right, that island is brutal, but that Tolarian Terror is like exactly what we were looking for. All right, I'm just going to put island second to the top. Use Ponder's ability. No, thank you. Tolarian Terror, say go. Okay, we will play the land. I'm going to hold any and all future lands. Okay, got you to 18. Bolt me. Okay. Tolarian Epicure is going to be an issue, but I can sleep with the dead for multiple turns in a row. Hydroblast and Dispel will keep me alive. It's more a question of, can I find another threat to kill them with before this Epicure gets me? I am winning this race, right? I go down to 4, they go down to 8, I go down to 3, they go down to 3. Yeah, I'm winning the race. That's a good one. I think I start with that, actually. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Ponder's pretty good. Combat. Attack. Put you to 8. Play Cryptic Serpent. That's a blocker for the Epicure as well. Lightning Bolt me. That doesn't kill me. Okay, fine. I go to 1. Dispel and Hydroblast are what I have to keep me alive, so if they have Kitchen Imp, that gets me. I could have played around that by dispelling that. Fairy Temper does not kill me here. Okay. All I have left is Hydroblast. Dispel doesn't stop any of their black spells that kill me here either, though. Bone Shards. But I have destroy target permanent if it's red. So I am not dead. But also they're not dead. But I have a Ponder to try and find a counterspell to stay alive. Ponder. Oh, those are good. Those are all good. No, don't use Ponder's ability. And attack and put you dead on board, but you have the ability to draw something here. Their best draw is a Madness spell, obviously. Vampire's Kiss gets around my Hydroblast. That is good enough. Woof. All right, game 3. Should have countered one of those lightning bolts, I suppose. Died with a Hydroblast in hand. No, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with this. We will be on the play. Yeah, we're going to keep this. We got land, we got cantrips. And I'm going to put that Sleep of the Dead at the bottom underneath Brainstorm and just lock up my second land drop. And potentially even just Mental Note myself. Yeah, just because I know that this is going to hit 2 spells here. Say go. I just have so many Hydroblasts that I will counter basically anything, honestly. Yeah, even that. I have 4 of these. Let's just not give them anything. That's terror. 2, 4, 5. So this is 6, and if I can find a land, I can, but it's annoying. Use Ponder's ability? No. Island cycle. Grab an island. Play an island. Play a Tolarian Terror, say go. I want to protect my queen, and that means I need a queen in play before I can do anything. There's an Epicure kit. So I don't think Terror's dying this turn, then. Bolt me, sure. Another Brainstorm. I hate how Moto does this. It's fine. Start with Brainstorm. I like both of those. Throwback, Brainstorm, Throwback, Hydroblast, Combat, and I'm just going to try and kill them with my Tolarian Terror, backed up by all of this interaction. I'm representing 2 counterspells a turn for the rest of the game, basically. I can counter both of these. So I think I will cancel. I want to make sure that Grab the Prize gets countered. So if they have Pyroblast here, I can dispel it. Then I will dispel that. Okay, 2 for 2. They are lower on resources now. I can put them to 10. Bolt me down to 9, sure. Attack. But now I can put lethal on board. I have a blue blast up so that I don't die. I think I got it here. Feeling confident. Don't really care about Epicure. Okay, I'll untap here. And then we'll just go for the kill. Destroy target permanent if it's red. Destroy target permanent if it's red. Counter target red spell if they have a red spell to stop this. Discarding Lightning Bolt. Okay, yeah. And we'll just swing. And we got there. GG's.
Oh, hey, you're still watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Check me out in the Ko-Fi link down below, and yeah, I'll let you get back to it.
We are on the draw for round number 5. We got the 3-1 record so far, going for a 4 wins, and I think I'm going to keep this here. Going for a 4 wins. I'm desperately trying not to sound like Bosch and Roll and say that we're going for the bread and butter 4-1 right now. But we are going for a bread and butter 4-1. Plains Laguna Band Trailblazer. I feel like I am in trouble. Yes, say go here. Hyena Umbra. I'm not going to have anything to interact with that, so yep. And Spirit Link, well, that makes it impossible to race. Just going to Thought Scour myself here. I feel like that's the highest upside play. Double Ponder, Deep Analysis. Need to Island Cycle. Gotta think here. We've got 3. Deep Analysis can dig further. Ponder is probably the best choice here. Ugh, man. None of those really help. I'm looking for, yes, I will shuffle. I'm looking for the ability to tap that bad boy down. And lands. I'm also looking for lands. It's flying as long as it's modified. It is currently not modified, though. Let's lock in the land. Play that land. 6, 7. So you cost 2. So I could just play Cryptic Serpent here. That currently does block. Ward 2 is so annoying. I'd assume this mono white deck is doing well because it's got a decent terror matchup. I'd assume a Spirit Link on big booty creatures, it also has a decent mono red matchup as well. Really good if you can position yourself positively against those 2 decks. Okay, now flies. That Ward 2 is going to be tough. Not attacking with Laguna, okay? We are down to 11. Counterspell solid. Gonna lead on a Ponder here. Trying to find a land again. Dispel's nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock up my land drops here. Will not shuffle. Play Terror. Say go. Might end up thought scouring my opponent to draw my 5th land, mental noting myself to get rid of that Dispel, because I don't think that Dispel is doing jack for us this game. Armored Armadillo. Don't think I care about that. Yeah, we'll just Thought Scour, which could go insanely wrong if they have... Okay, we got lucky. Then we will Mental Note. Get rid of Dispel. Cryptic Serpent has entered the chat. We're at 8, so Deep Analysis would put us on a 2-turn clock. I'm just going to lead on the Mental Note here. Delver could be nice. That potentially gives us a flying blocker here. Now, can I attack? Not really. I am going to put a stop in my upkeep, just so that I'm able to potentially Thought Scour off Delver if I see something that I don't like. So I can put us to 5 here. I only have 1 card left. If I can stabilize, then I'm feeling pretty good. Delver hits a Brainstorm. I would love to reveal that, buddy. Draw step. Let's start with a Brainstorm, shall we? Okay. Another Delver is kind of nice. So if I put back Cryptic Serpent and Brainstorm, I can go land, I can go Delver, I can go Terror, and then I can flip my second Delver next turn. But this turn, Insectile Aberration blocks the Wonderweave Aerialist, and we're slowly approaching stability here. 2 mana for Benevolent Blessing. I can't beat that, so I will counterspell. Well, they had the double protection, so yep, that's going to get us here. Name red. Nope, they name blue. GG's. Okay, what can we possibly do in this matchup? I suppose Annul is good. There's like nothing else though. Sleep of the Dead and Demon Inferior are like our only ways to interact with them. I actually do think Deep Analysis might be okay. Delver might be okay. Dispel doesn't have a lot of targets, but it can hit that rebound protection card, which does seem important. Deep Analysis, honestly. I just don't think it does enough. Then Dispel. Just 2 Dispels for Deep Analysis. 2 Dispels, Deep Analysis for 3 Annuls. Submit. We have the Miser's Dispel to hit. There's our Miser's Dispel, but we can also Brainstorm and Mental Note it away, so I am going to keep this. And hopefully opponent just has to mulligan to find a creature. Mulligans to 6, mulligans to 5. Okay, lands on 5. We'll say go here. It's kind of awkward. Laguna Band Trailblazer. Ideally, I can Brainstorm into Find a Land. Yeah, we just need to Brainstorm into a land here. We hit, thank Jeebers. And then we can Demon Inferior the Laguna. But I guess I'll put Lorien Revealed Terror on top. We'll draw Terror next turn. And then we can play Delver and then flip it with the Lorien. They have the Armadillo. Okay. So let's go Delver here. Say go. Unfortunately, this is a mental note, not thought scour, so I cannot get rid of the Lagona. Our turn. Yes, I will reveal Lorien. I will island cycle Lorien for an island. I will mental note. Horrible. Horrible hits. This costs 3. Yeah. Terrible, awful, no good, rotten. Sentinel's Eyes is really annoying because they can just play that from their graveyard. It's also one that I don't think I care about. Okay. Start with a Brainstorm. Ooh, Demon Inferior is great here. Throwback. Ponder, throwback, Thought Scour here. And then we'll just deem you inferior. Yeah, I'm okay with them drawing Laguna Man Trailblazer again at this point in the game. Chose bottom, yep. We'll play our terror and we'll attack. And now I'm feeling good. Kind of took my opponent mulling to 5 and being stuck on 1 land for 5 turns. Oop, there's second land. Affection from green and blue. No, thank you. I would like to kill you as fast as possible. Solid footing. Sure. As long as it has vigilance. This doesn't have vigilance. Okay. Shoot, what was the other card I put on top of my library? I don't even remember. It was a Ponder. Oh man, Ponder Counterspell. Brutal. Well, we are just attacking here. Yeah, it would have been really nice to have put that Ponder on top instead of Thought Scour. That was a little foolish. Okay, they do have protection from blue now. But Terror got in a hit. Another solid footing that still doesn't do anything. Okay. Thought Scour. Play land. No point in attacking with Terror, so we'll just attack with Bugman. And yeah, Miser's Dispel has done nothing. Homestead Courage. Shoot, that gives Vigilance! Can they give it lifelink is kind of the real question here. Okay, cool. They could not. So we are going to game 3. Envelop can hit Homestead Courage, but Homestead Courage has flashback, and that's kind of tough. I think I care more about a protection granting rebound spell than I do Homestead Courage. Man, I kind of have to keep this. This hand could be anything. I mean, it'll turn out a Cryptic Serpent quick, though. I guess there's that. Sick. Sego. Battlefield Raptor, eh? Homestead Courage, sure. Counterspell is nice. There goes your Delver. Sego. Sure. 3/4 flyer is a threat, but we do have answers to this. Thought Scour. Well, there goes Demon Fear. That was one of our answers. That's bad. We're in a bad spot now. Kind of think I'm priced into this. Just holding up Counterspell for the rest of my days. Man, yeah, I just don't think I can care about that. I'm just gonna cycle this so I can get my Cryptic Serpent in play. These counterspells are just not gonna be good enough. They just have protection from blue, right? Yeah, so there's not even any point in attacking. But I can start attacking next turn, but they're just beating me on the clock here. Maybe I should have countered that Sentinel's Eyes. That's so interesting. They didn't do anything else, so I feel like I got punished. They already have protection from blue, so that doesn't actually do anything. Like, that's redundant. Okay, see if I can't find something. What could I find here? Hmm. Well, I'm attacking. First and foremost, that's happening. Ponder. Okay, another terror seems decent. I'm still behind on clock, though. But I can go terror. I'm still behind. I'm still behind. Man. But at least this lets me hold up a null and present a lot of power and toughness. And I don't know if I have a way out of this. The terror. Sleep of the Dead can't target it, though. So I just swing, I deal 13, and die with 4 counterspells in hand. That's tough. That's tough. I guess I should have countered the Sentinel's Eyes. The Sentinel's Eyes is really what's doing it. Like the fact that they have vigilance. Yeah, I should have prioritized that because they don't have a graveyard. My thinking was they can just recast it from their bin, but if they never cast anything else and they just have a 4/5 pro blue vigilant creature, it's really hard for me to beat. Even the Demon Inferior being able to get rid of the Sentinel's Eyes would have been helpful. Yeah, they had just enough here. There's nothing else I can do? Yeah. See if they miss a block, I guess. Maybe they'll block Delver. Shoot, they saw the line. Yeah, down to 2. GG. GG. 3-2 record with Mono Blue Terror. Deck is really good. It's the meat and potatoes, the pauper format. Discover N wins a challenge frequently with this deck, top 8s all the time, basically whenever he feels like it. It's very good. If you're able, play the 7th Blast effect over the 3rd Envelop. It's unnecessary. I don't know if the Deep Analysis ever really came in for me. Maybe in the Jund matchup I brought it in, but so it's probably fine there. But yeah, would like to try cutting Delvers and Dispels for Force Spikes. Force Spike seems fun, though people kind of play around it now. That is an upside to going with a non-Force Spike version, is so long as you don't play Delver or give away that you're the Murmuring Mystic build, you may have pilots who are playing against you play around Force Spike, so you just get the benefit of Force Spike without even having it in your deck. So that's kind of a fun, horrible thing that's happening right now in the format. Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bowdy!